What the language industry is missing, AI insight, and true multilingualism. Welcome to Localization News. Every day feels like a sprint to keep up with AI's breakneck pace. Yet most of us in localization still haven't cracked the code on what these tools really mean for our workflows. Too often, conversations about artificial intelligence in our field start and end with buzzwords: machine translation, neural networks, LLM integration, without anyone stopping to ask, do we actually understand how this will change our day-to-day? That gap in genuine AI literacy leaves teams grasping at half-baked solutions and chasing the latest shiny demo rather than building something lasting and scalable. One of the biggest blind spots is perspective. We desperately need unbiased forums where clients, language service providers, freelancers, researchers, and tech vendors can pool their collective wisdom on equal footing. When only one stakeholder dominates the conversation, you end up with a roadmap that serves their agenda, commercial, academic, or technological, while sidelining the very people who will live with the consequences of those decisions. That's why this new AI localization think tank, fresh off its debut at Gala 2025, hits the mark. Imagine a roundtable that actually reflects the full spectrum of our ecosystem, from in-house localization buyers to open-source researchers and solo translators. No hidden agendas, no paywalls on insights, just open-source thinking for a field that built the internet's multilingual backbone, yet still struggles to talk about itself across tongues. And here's a reality check we often ignore. As soon as our group gets too linguistically diverse, we default to English because it feels efficient. But what does that signal about our commitment to language equity? If localization is truly about empowering every community to access content in their mother tongue, then why do so many of our own conversations remain monolingual? It's not a technology problem, it's a cultural one. We need to treat multilingualism as a starting point, not a hurdle. At the same time, it's impressive to see colleagues volunteer their weekends to draft content in their native languages, even when they admit it's a struggle. That willingness shows the heart of our industry. Passionate people who believe knowledge should be free and accessible. Yet we also have to hold major language companies and international media to the same standard. Grassroots groups can't bear the burden of linguistic inclusion alone. Institutions with real resources must step up. Another nuance worth digging into is how this initiative differs from broader LangOps conversations. While LangOps casts a wide net, touching everything from internationalization best practices to scaling global marketing, this think tank zeroes in on AI's specific impact in localization. There's no preconceived manifesto here, just a blank canvas for experimentation, critique, and knowledge sharing that doesn't force every idea through a corporate filter. All of this points to a core truth. The language industry is craving two things right now. First, deeper, more actionable understanding of AI that transcends hype cycles and actually plugs into our daily processes. And second, a genuine embrace of multilingual principles in both our external deliverables and our internal dialogues. Nail those two, and we'll finally have the roadmap to move from chaotic experimentation to confident, community-driven innovation. Thank you for listening to this episode of Localization News You Can Use, your daily dose of localization know-how.